All right, everyone. Welcome to the No Guts, No Galaxy podcast number 1 of 55. We're your hosts, Phil and Darren. Today is January 19th, 2017. How are you doing, Darren?
I am doing great.
Yeah? You didn't seem too enthused there. Is there something going on? Do we need to have a moment? Is that what needs to happen?
No, just life is busy, but I mean, pretty good. We got lots of rain out here in California. We're no longer in a drought.
Not for another year,
another year or whatever.
Yeah.
But tons of rain, and I love that weather. So that's all good.
I was gonna say, not being on fire and having to run for your life. That's.
I don't want to do another summer here, and it looks like we're not going to. We're out of here officially on March 15th. So,
what?
Yeah.
So it's actually happening.
Well, it's going to be a two-stage move because I'm still working on immigration, and I have no idea if it's going to be 3 months, 6 months, or no months, and it's not going to happen. So in the interim, I'm going to go probably live at my brother's house for a month. He's in Santa Cruz, so a month or two at the most. I don't think I could do more than 2. And then after that, either up to Seattle as a layover to Vancouver or directly to Vancouver or something like that. So we'll see.
Well, good luck with that, man. Of course, get you up there.
North Carolina is always still an option.
We have good food,
Dude,
and it's pretty mild winters.
I love North Carolina. Nothing bad about North Carolina. But it's going to be a lot of moving, because it could potentially be to my brother's house for a couple months, to Seattle for a couple months, and then to Vancouver. So I hope it doesn't end up going like that.
All right, man. Well, I'm not going anywhere. That's
right.
That's not happening. But yeah, man. So what's going on new? Obviously, I know you're super busy with packing, getting ready to move. Is there anything else exciting? No, anything? No?
I've been jumping in the bushwhacker.
Yeah.
We're doing the countdown to the bushwhacker, and it was only 6 days this month. By the way,
why was that different? Was there a reason?
Yeah, what was it? One of the things were taken out of the countdown. I forgot which one, but basically just because there was only 6 things to count down, pieces of content that were relevant. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited about that. Cool mech, but we'll talk about that in a second.
I was gonna say CK was having like a meltdown.
Dude, yeah.
I thought it was today, and then the press is like, it's all right, guys, it'll happen tomorrow. No,
I love the passion.
Yeah, so nothing crazy new on my end. Oh, actually, I take that back.
Yes.
I stripped down, cleaned, and repainted my beer fridge, my keg fridge, if you will. The inner door shelving and all that. I took all that out because it'll be easier just to mount the keg handles and taps and stuff once I eventually go through that. But yeah, man, it looks pretty sharp. I was pretty happy with it. I was surprised. My wife was like, just paint it like red. It's like, oh, okay. Go with that. I'll get pictures up and I'll show you guys.
Awesome.
Put in a lot of work for damn fridge.
For a beer fridge.
For a damn fridge. I was like, why did I do that? Anyways, it does look pretty nice. So, but yeah.
My wife and I are getting into something that at least has a little bit of similarities to making beer,
Wine?
which is bread.
Oh.
But there's the
Yeast, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the only crossover. But anyway.
I was like, oh my God, Darren's going to be a wino. This is going to be great.
No, dude, I'd get into doing beer, but really, I'm not a huge, I don't like all flavors of beer, like across the rainbow from lights to darks or whatever. I'm just not so much of an enthusiast. I like my wheat beers, my Hefeweizens or whatever.
You just make a bunch of wheat beers. You could do that.
I could do that.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
mind.
I'm trying not a big IPA fan, but I'm trying a Tangerine IPA by New Belgium Beer.
Just there's a certain set of skills that I've put into, if some kind of apocalypse comes, zombies or whatever, it could be non-sci-fi, end times basically. There's certain skills that I think will become valuable, highly valuable. Obviously working for a game company is not going to, get you into any
you're the first one to go
or whatever. Yeah, what do? You play video games? Okay, you're out.
There is no
So,
electricity. What do
but
you
I
do
think
now?
making beer is super high on that list. If
Right?
you any kind of alcohol, if you can make alcohol in a post-apocalyptic world, you're going to do well. Hopefully, if there's alcohol making supplies,
Oh yeah.
I feel like leather workers,
Farm. Farming.
hunters,
Farming.
somebody that could fucking make toilet paper is going to be the wealthiest person in the world.
I'm just saying, farming, zombie apocalypse, or no, it. Anyways, man,
Yeah,
I think you'd like it. It's a pretty fun process to go
yeah, I'm
through.
sure.
But all right, well, here we are. Sorry we didn't record this last night. Darren had some stuff come up, and sorry it took a little bit longer tonight. I have my soccer on Thursdays, so I had to go kick some ass, scored some goals. I had one of those like sweet goals that like it just happened. Left foot. I'm predominantly right, but I
You
do
weren't
have
even aiming.
no, I have a pretty good
You
left
tripped
foot.
on the ball and it
It
went
was
in.
just aces. It was just like laces. Just I didn't even think. It just happened. Anyways,
Right on. We got a lot of shit to talk about tonight.
yeah, we do. Speaking of which,
A lot. Yeah.
it's funny because we had just sort of talked to Russ and got caught up with all the stuff going on behind the scenes, and obviously keeping in mind, guys, when everyone went on holiday and we were coming back, some of the guys didn't get back till what, that second week. It was like the
Well, you know what?
14th.
I've discovered something. How many Christmases have we done with PGI now? Probably 5 or 6, whatever it is. I've
Yep.
discovered that last half of December, and almost the first half of January, PGI almost goes like into hibernation. Like even people getting back the second week in January, there's like this holiday hangover with a lot of people. It's cool. I love it. They take some time off, and enjoy life. But yeah,
Like, full
really,
staff not till like the 9th.
yeah, and even that, people are just it's taking some time getting back into gear, getting But anyway, it's all good. Everybody's hard at it again, busy meetings.
All right,
Development.
so it's funny because we were just talking to Russ, got caught up, got to see what was coming down the pipeline, and then before you get there, you've got
Mhm.
champion mechs requests from her, and we've got Wolfhound, Phoenix Hawk, Warhammer,
Well,
Mauler.
let's the topic for today is MWO looking forward, and that means from this coming patch on Tuesday to February, March, and maybe 6 months into the future
All
or whatever.
things.
All things. But yeah, so I think the first thing we'll talk about real quick, and this is just an announcement really, is that there's a request for more community build champion mechs. So you guys suggest the builds. Whatever's the most popular, they're gonna be made into champion mechs. It's gonna be the next round of
Which is
those.
good in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
makes
wish
the
there was
champion mechs
more
way more valuable.
available. Like, I know there's usually a rotation. I wish there was more
We're not
available
talking
to
about
left
trial.
players.
We're talking about champion,
Oh, okay.
not trial mechs. Now,
Well,
but this brings up a good point, which is that I think we're due for another wave of community built trial mechs. Wait, are the trial mechs champion mechs?
well, my first question is, let me ask you guys out there, do any of you actually, and I'm going to be totally blunt, do any of you guys buy champion mechs?
Well, we already know the answer to that, but real quick, trial mechs, are they the champion? Are they only selected from champion mechs? Are they?
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure on that whole
Yeah,
process.
I never used trials or champions.
Well, I know
myself.
like they had the laser vomit Timby, and they had some actually good
Yeah.
ones on there that you could suggest to people.
Trials are all champions these days. So I
Alright,
kind
so
of
there
thought,
you go.
yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
I haven't played any of them forever.
But anyway, I'll drop a link real quick for that little bit if you have some suggestions for some good builds. It is did I already mention that it's a Wolfhound, Phoenix Hawk, Warhammer, Mauler, Adder, Nova, Hellbringer, and Kodiak that they're doing this round.
So, and the reason I bring up trial mechs is I don't know if it was just I knew that my point being is we need more trial mechs, and if that means ergo champions, and again, I don't really know what.
If the trial mechs are champions, then yeah, we need new champions now. And whether people buy champions or not, whatever.
Regardless, if we just
yeah,
looked at them just
if
from
they're
a
the trials,
yeah
then-
trial, sure, take it away.
Absolutely. And I think another good time to do that would be, a few months after skill tree release. But anyway,
Mhm.
before we get into that, also just announced.
Dun, dun, dun.
I
It was an IS
most
Lite.
Favorable. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the reaction so far from what I'm seeing, at least, I'm listening to people talk on Discord, watching Reddit, and so forth. The Javelin has been well received. So
Very.
what is it, 30-ton light mech?
30-ton light mech, so comparable
Yeah.
would be the Irby and the Spider. And the difference between those would be Javelin is heavy energy and missile, to where you can run like 4 SRM4s, 4 SRM, like that type of thing. So, and obviously that would be pretty horrifying in a small package. The Urban Mech doesn't really have that at all. And the Spider, the Anansi?
Nonzy, yes.
And so really it's the only 30-ton with that type of firepower. Now, the next bump up would be the Oxide, Jenner 2C, stuff like that. But for a 30-tonner, I think it'll be pretty good. Yeah.
What do you think of just non-gameplay, just purely aesthetics? What do you think?
I think you did a fantastic job. So I was talking to him when he started doing the early concepts. I usually ping back and forth, and I liked the helmet look. He kept it to where it's like almost like Spanish conquistador sort of. I don't know, that brim.
Well, the original artwork
like,
is a little bit more like a bucket head, right? Like,
it's shit. It's
yeah.
funky.
But no,
Yes.
he did it. I agree. He did a great interpretation.
Yeah.
But
I like the
Alex is
slenderness. I like and especially from a gameplay perspective, when, this is going to be a 30-ton mech, it's going to have a lot going against it anyways. And to be able to, I don't know, maybe Spider size, I'm assuming around Spider, between a Spider and an Irby. And obviously there are...
What do you think of this?
What? Hi there?
Just reading chat. Yeah. What do you think of the hero mech name?
I
That's what
have
it's called.
I have no
Hi there.
I don't know. I don't know was it Matt? No, Matt wouldn't have came up with that. Who? It was probably Tina. That's totally Tina, was that you? That was definitely you, Tina. I'm surprised it wasn't Beat Boop or something like,
What I'm hoping for is just let's see, the lore isn't out, right? The reasoning behind that? I just want to know, is there a reason, and does it make sense?
They always write one, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
Anyways,
it's just from a non-understanding point of view, it took me like by surprise. Like,
so,
hi there.
As far as pricing too, standard pack for the 3
Yes.
is $15. That's this isn't the new process, right? Because with the skill tree that opens up, this is going to be the last, I think, regular until the new skill tree. And for those that are wondering, the new skill tree, because it doesn't require 3 variants to move down your actual skill tree, it's going to change.
Was designed based on the old system,
yeah,
or the current system.
So this is the last one, and aesthetically, I like it. I actually like all the camo patterns. The hero one is sort of...
Oh, look at that. We just got, sitting here being all like, ha ha ha, but it's apparently, hi there is lore. So we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Randall wrote the lore, and just, like, he's like, let it be so.
No,
but anyways,
the beginning of Randall's email, including the lore, just said hi there, and so somebody interpreted that.
So anyways, I know a lot of people are excited about it. I think a lot of people are going to get it just because of it. And even if you don't, the standard variants are actually looking pretty strong just because of SRMs and energy and how well those do on light mechs, especially that sort of strike. So there you have it. I like it. Approved.
I think we should get, there should be some kind of area effect weapon, and we should make a mech that comes with that built on, and we can call it the Hey All, just like Call Sign Ferret just said. Hey All. Man. That's the hero name. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing, which is the roadmap. The roadmap, January, February, and beyond.
Can we even take a moment to realize, like, a lot of people are wondering if this was ever going to happen, and you've heard Russ say, and we've heard Russ say, it will happen eventually, and now...
What are we talking about?
Hold on. I was jumping the gun, wasn't I? Okay, sorry. Yes. January. Sorry. Bushwhacker. Yeah, it was. He definitely said it was. No, Bushwhacker coming out. It's a pretty cool looking mech. Sorry, I had to.
No, it's okay. Bushwhacker, one of my favorites, both from tabletop and from Living Legends. I loved it in Living Legends. It's one of those utilitarian type looking mechs that I always appreciate. Just looks like a workhorse. It is kind of, it's a medium mech, so there's lots of them. I just love the Bushwhacker, so I'm excited about that.
Wondering why you love it so.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I remember the
I'll let
Bushwhacker
you go
from the
down that path.
toys. Remember?
Yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, it literally was like so squat. I don't know how the legs worked. And the BattleTech, cartoon. Really, back then, that was my first introduction to that particular battle mech. But it's here. 55-ton mech coming out. I think it'll be a solid
Did
mech.
you go all the way to the end of the outline there when you were at the beginning?
No, I for some odd reason I just saw roadmap, and so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that big. Let's go and talk
Oh,
about
okay.
the.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't read,
It's
you
the
know,
last thing, but anyway, yeah.
compartments there, but
So
I think it'll play
Bushwhacker,
well.
have you gotten it yet? Have you jumped in it?
Yes, I think because you've got a combination of some interesting hard points. I think it'll do well. Yeah, yeah.
All right, there you go. In the 3025 manual says the Hi There was piloted by Wildman Bill Wilkes. So there you go. In our faces. We
Go
sit there
ahead.
and laughed. We laughed at them.
Obviously,
Karma, man.
none of the Bushwhackers have jump jets, and I think from a 55-ton standpoint, you're, uh,
They were very mobile and twisty, I felt, in Living Legends, and that's what I liked about it in that game, and just the loadouts. But obviously, none of that applies to MWO.
no. But I mean,
Um,
if you look at like the hard points here, left, right, torso, ballistic, can you do something crazy like dual AC5, UAC 5s, or dual AC 10s? I think you're going to see some setups like that on a 55 tonner. You can't do that on a Shadowhawk. Can't do
Right.
it on a Griffin. Can't do it on a Wolverine. It has a ton of hard points, so I think that's where you're going to see it shine.
Diversity.
And of course, it does have a 360 max engine, so I do think you're going to see XLs being used in them, and sort of fast striker and just sort of overwhelming firepower. But that lack of jump jets, no mask, no ECM. I think that will put it in check potentially. So, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's pretty cool profile too. I like it.
I love it. It is a sexy mech.
It is.
Some people think it's ugly. I think it's sexy. Anyway, the next thing, and you can probably talk more on this than I can. There's some balance changes. Obviously, this is the last time, I believe. Well, at least to this extent. There'll be some quirk adjustments to a dozen or 13 mechs or something like that. Half IS, half clan.
It's very similar to what you just saw in the last one, where some
Right.
of the structured quirks got turned to armor. So,
Yeah, and then this is kind of a bigger one, or at least, I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but a reduction to the Clan XL engine cooling efficiency. I don't know how big the change
we
is,
need a
but obviously,
40%.
okay,
So, I mean, it still doesn't take away the fact of you still live when you get a torso blown off. But now, if you
just
do lose
bring it a
torso,
little bit more in line.
yeah. And to sort of preface this too, there's a lot of discussion behind the scenes, especially with what we're going to talk about later. To look at XLs, Clan NIS, but also standard mechs, standard engines, and as we move forward in the timeline, obviously we don't want older tech to just go the wayside. So what behind it? There is discussions going on, so to help sort of boost. Like just for instance, standard engine would be a lot more durable than XLs and so forth and so on. So there is stuff going on behind the scenes. Obviously, I can't talk about a whole lot other than that. So
Yeah, so until the new skill tree, this is a little bit more further development of balance and hopefully bringing the balance a little bit more in line. Then also in January, the new launcher Patcher is coming out, which is people that were on the tournament build were familiar with it. And the cool thing about this, it's obviously optimized and a little bit better Patcher, but it also includes the PTS server. So no longer
this is a
hunting it
launcher,
down.
and it'll have the PTS and the World
Yeah,
Tournament
it'll
client.
have both of them.
Okay.
No, it'll have no. It'll have
PTS.
production and PTS.
Okay, so just
So
one
live
launcher.
server and PTS, one launcher to rule them all.
And if we do ever get confirmation on a 2017 mech, maybe it'll be there too. I don't know.
MWOWC?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea if that'll be a separate one or not. But I think this is perfect. I know plenty of people that, well, some of them will say straight out that they were lazy. But I think making PTS,
Right there.
a bit of a hoop
Yeah,
to
yeah.
jump through, it doesn't help the whole PTS mentality. So making it right there, part of the launcher, is awesome.
Yep. Simple, easy.
Yes, indeed.
All
And
right.
that moves us into February. February. Obviously, the mech in February is the Supernova. What any comments on the Supernova?
Aesthetically, it looks good.
Hmm.
Gameplay wise, I think you're gonna need a whole lot of FaceTime. And um, with assaults, here's what it has going for it. It's a clan mech, like
Right.
Clan XL,
Enough
Clan
said.
doubles, Indo Pharaoh. It's not an so it's not an Omni, so it's able to do, and we've sort of seen some of the Hunchback 2C where Kodiak as well. So I do think it will do well. I just don't know compared to the Marauder 2C, compared to the Warhawk, some of those other ones, where it'll sort of fall in performance wise. But we'll see. Aesthetically,
So
it looks
sounds
cool.
good.
You know,
Yeah, I think it looks very
I
clan.
mean, the last time we saw it was MechWarrior 3. They didn't have MechWarrior 4, so yeah.
Yeah, solid looking mech. But what mech that Alex designs is not.
I haven't been unimpressed so far.
Yeah. And then this is, I guess interesting. No
Mhm.
mech pre-order in February, so that's because of the adjustment to the new system, I'm assuming, for pre-orders and taking time to figure out how to present the
Well,
mechs going forward.
and I think that sort of brings up and we sort of talked about this last time, which is looking forward. What mechs do we need in MWO? And I think that needs to be sort of said. Like, what do we need in a particular weight class? And then also, how many do we need in a particular mech? And I think that, obviously, I know there's a lot of discussion internally about that, and I know there's a lot of discussion out in the community, and I think it's a totally valid thing. I still think, should we look at, do you keep all mechs in, or if there is a mech that's hardly ever used and it's always been available just for C-bill, is it one of those where you just remove the variant because it's, or do you look at how can we make it better in some regards? And that's sort of, a bigger question, but yeah.
All right, and then beyond February, looking ahead. Now, this is some things have some roundabout dates, some do not.
What about this? What about
Oh,
that?
how did I fucking
I
miss
don't
that?
know. You just like,
That's like the biggest one in
yeah,
February.
that's why I was like, what?
Derp. All right, yeah. So big in February is the new skill tree.
Yes.
Holy shit! So February is going to be an interesting patch. Tons of things happening with that. So yeah, February is going to be huge.
I'm interested to see again where the min max sort of goes on this and what becomes, if anything, the go-to, because of the obviously everything's base like mobility is pulled back, right? It's like piloting a mech with no basics done. Will people dump it into mobility, agility? Will you even care about arm movement, stuff like that? Where's radar depth? Are people going to be able to because you're gonna to get to radar depth, you have to go through other stuff to invest points. So same thing, seismic, some really powerful stuff. So it'll be interesting. I know that the XP, yeah, XC bill, all that cost, like basically the cost of the whole thing was settled on, that it has been done. So I'm sure you guys will see the finals as far as numbers for each node, if you will, how to unlock and then also respec
It's
and
going to
all
be
that.
interesting, like you mentioned seismic, and obviously equipping or using the skill tree to get seismic is going to mean that you're giving up something else somewhere else on the tree. And so for some people, I think that'll be fine. There's people that don't use it, but I use it on every single mech. I can't live without it just because I'm totally used to it. I've been using it for years. And so are my builds going to suffer, or is that going to be an advantage? It's going to be interesting, figuring out what has value post new skill tree.
Yeah. So obviously internally we'll be monitoring all that and playing out here, with you guys and getting feedback. So when it comes out, I expect a lot of tinkering to happen. 2-3 weeks, a month goes by. we'll clearly see if anything is, needs to be adjusted. And I'm gonna go on a limb and say I guarantee there's gonna
Oh,
be things
hell
that
yeah.
need to be adjusted. And
Hell yeah.
the cool thing is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm saying it, is they can always add more unique nodes as well as we progress.
Oh yeah, no, it can be further developed. Obviously,
Yes.
nothing is set in stone in MWO. So, um, good or bad or whatever, as far as the original or the initial release,
Yep.
it can be adjusted.
All right, looking
Yeah. So that's
ahead,
yeah. So
we
now let's
have
go back to where we were looking ahead. The first thing, go for it.
the incursion game mode. It was previously Assault rework, so that brings up to mind, is Assault staying, and they're
I'm assuming,
doing
but I don't know.
incursion now. So incursion, yeah. So that's coming. I'm excited just because I saw the preview we had at the World Championship,
Which they said it has changed since that preview.
Yeah.
Obviously with further development, testing, whatever.
And so, from a gameplay perspective, asymmetrical gameplay, you've got an attacking team, a defending team. I'm interested to see how it happens.
Breaking news: Phil reveals that development is a possibility.
Yeah, true story
I
too.
like that, Zoof.
Yeah, so we have that. I don't know how, anything
We have
more
no
than
idea
you
how it's
guys.
going to play out.
I haven't played it yet, so as far as like my first impressions, stuff like that, I have no idea. So I'm gonna hold off on saying.
My first impression is it's awesome that we are, focusing on game modes. I hope we continue to focus on game modes, including already existing game modes and reworking them, moving forward. So, I had a good time and still do with
Escort?
Escort. I think it needs to be absolutely needs to
I've
be
had really fun.
tweaked.
We
Yeah,
were
me too.
dropping last night. I was doing 12
It's
man drops.
dynamic. It can be the matches can just sometimes they're meh, but man, you get the right match and it can be totally dynamic.
I've had a lot of good experiences in it.
Yeah, me too.
And most of the time it's I don't know. Like I said, for a first iteration, pretty damn good. Obviously, we talked about last time, Escort being able to like control or at least direct where he's going. The damn icon needs to be different for the VIP as far as the color. There's a way to, by the way, if you take command, Zoof was doing this last night. If you take command and I think you click on the VIP, there's some way to basically put like the guard sign over him, and so it'll follow him around.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, there are definitely
science,
things that can be done and improved. The more dynamic it is as far as where it moves and when it moves, I don't think it'd be crazy too of saying like maybe it goes faster in some circumstances, it goes slower in some. But yeah, so I think it's been fun. So
We can definitely keep tweaking it, but I do think it was a good addition to the game modes. But again, I like we've talked about, I'd like to see the current game modes re-examined.
though I will say
personally.
what I would like to see change in VIP is that damage done to the VIP should be separate and sort of like the end of round screen. Also too is like if you how long you protected him or something like that, to where it's more rewards for actually protecting the VIP and or destroying him. We've had a
And
few.
Zoof said it's the command wheel to add the icon, not the
Oh,
battle
okay,
map.
there you go. So yeah, you just look at him, guard. Okay, that's good work.
Cool.
But I think it needs to reward either attacking and killing and or defending how long he lives.
Yeah.
So there's that. We have improved spectator tools coming. I don't know to what extent. Obviously, this is a big thing for all the leagues that are happening. I think one of the problems too is the color. Was it red? It doesn't render properly with the codec.
Well, I think it's I mean that's an obvious.
I don't
one.
know if that is part of this, by the way.
God, I
but
fucking hope so, man.
change it to
Just
like
pick a different
anything.
color, green, whatever.
Yeah,
But anyway, I think it hopefully will have that, but these spectator spectator tools are good for, obviously, like you said, the player run leagues and tournaments. But I think it's also good for people that make the videos, machinima, wanting to get screenshots, whatever. So
Ooh, that's actually been something that the community has been. I've actually been poked personally a few times. Like, how do I get my thumbnail screenshots?
same with me, dude. People
And
poke me all the time. They want to be able to have access to
so
the
I think they should be able to have access to it, the spectator tool,
in
in
private
training
matches.
grants. No,
Or
training grants.
yeah, training grounds. That's what I meant.
'Cause,
Yeah, no, I agree. That's the easy fix. Just
we
do
need
it.
we should submit that like right now, like hey
Yeah.
Russ.
No, I agree, man. There's no reason not to. It's not like you can cheat in there, whatever. I mean, as far as I know, there's no loops or holes as to why not to do that. So I agree. Let's submit that. Let's see if we can get spectator tool in
Zoof,
training grounds.
go ahead and record that on the docket. Remind us after. Thanks, Robot.
Yes.
Um, and then also spectating tools. I think improvements needs to be said is if we're doing a 2017 World Tourney, what can be improved upon, or is the
Oh,
spectator
so much.
tool? And so
Yeah, I think there's a lot of room for improvement with the spectator tool. It's great that we have it. We've used the hell out of it, no doubt about it. But I just want to keep making it better and better. But anyway, yeah, spectator tool improvements. Another round of those coming. And then upcoming mechs, just real quick. There is a break, no pre-order in February, but releasing in April is the Roughneck, the first original mech from PGI. May is a Javelin, like we were talking about earlier. And then also unannounced Inner Sphere Hero mechs set for pre-order launch in March. And then also unannounced Clan Hero mechs set for pre-order in April.
you know what's funny is I've actually been for the past week and a half. I've been doing my hero mechs, getting them mastered, and so I started on my mediums. I've got like 3 left. Moving on to the heavies, and there's quite a few mechs, IS and Clan, that don't have heroes. So maybe those are filling the gaps of mechs that don't. Yeah. Yeah. No sound on alerts. We took that off because people were like, all we hear is bleh and all that. So, all right. Timeline advance.
Bum, bum, bum. This
Dude.
is the big one. This is the announcement that people have been waiting years for.
Yeah, as soon as we knew internally, and then a big write-up.
Time
Oh,
is
man.
moving forward. It's the first time advance since the Clan Invasion, and this will bring new mechs,
Yep.
new weapons, and
Yep.
new equipment.
Yep.
And so let me just real quick read what they wrote in the roadmap or whatever. Coinciding with the early March announcement of these new technologies, 4 new mechs will be announced and launched for pre-order to herald this new era. The Inner Sphere and Clans will both be receiving 2 mechs, with at least one of their 2 respective mechs hailing from the 3060 plus era. So it could be 3060 and beyond, early 3060s, I'm assuming. While these mechs and new technologies will be released simultaneously in the summer, the technologies are not reliant or restricted to the new mechs. Upon release, the mech lab will simply be expanded with new weapons, new equipment, and new opportunities for customization. So, holy shit, this is actually pretty big. I mean, thinking beyond just the new mechs. I mean, I think a lot of people think specifically to the mechs, but new weapons. There's a shit ton of weapons that aren't in MWO that are in BattleTech, and equipment. So, wow, this could mean a lot of things.
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, the big thing for the community, balance-wise, and that's why I sort of mentioned earlier, when we were talking about the Clan XL changes, like, internally, we have to look at new systems coming out. Do they totally invalidate older systems? And so, that is definitely something, that's being looked at and talked about and really important. Obviously, other stuff like equalizing IS as far as weapons, clan weapon system introduction as well. If it's around 3060, it opens the doors to a lot of things. Even current clan mechs have other variants that utilize some of that tech. And then, of course, what it does for IS. There's a lot of things that jump up there. So it's big. And I think the one thing I will say is that I know a lot of people are like,
Everybody chiming in with their favorite new weapons.
I know a lot of people again bring up the balance thing. I know it is a priority internally, because, and again, it's something I'm passionate about. I pass on feedback as well, to where I don't want that to happen, where things get relegated. And then sort of some of the things like, again, IS versus Clan. What is the main difference between the two standard engines? XL, should there what's up with that? Crits, weapons, damage, all that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty big. Obviously, we don't have details as far as what mechs and what weapons and what equipment, but it'll be exciting to see as that further develops and what is being brought into the game, what kind of mechanics the weapons might have, what weapons are going to be picked. I'm excited about the mechs for sure. There's some 3060 mechs that are pretty sweet, but I think it's the weapons that I'm most curious about. What kind of weapons are going to be brought in? Are they going to have different mechanics than what are brought in?
Oh, I mean, you have to. I mean, just think in the time frame, you have heavy lasers, you have ATMs, you have MRMs, you have IS LBs, UACs. I think even light Gauss in that time frame. There's other PPCs that come in. There's other machine guns. I think that I mean, are we going to see Inferno streaks, Inferno SRMs?
See, that's what I was saying. It's a laundry
with
list.
ATMs, you have different munitions. I mean, is that like you have different armor types, structure? I mean,
there's a lot. There's a ton. There's so much. There's so much depth to BattleTech in every way, including obviously there's hundreds of mechs but there's so many weapons and equipment. It's going to be fun to see what is chosen, why, and how it's implemented. But anyway, we don't have details, but we are looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a turning point. I mean, it's been about Clans released 2014, I think, 2014, 15. So it's been a few years since they released anyways. Yeah, and then on top of that, because of the skill tree introduction, and then there's other balance changes coming as well. Details, obviously, and specifics when they're posted. And I know a lot of people are wanting a skill tree post. There will be a PTS. I think you even saw Russ say there will be a PTS for skill tree. So you'll even be able to get in there early, fuck
That's
around.
Good. I've been asked by a lot of people whether that was going to be the case. I'm glad.
So, and of course, there will be a post explaining
So the cool thing is that with the stuff that we did just mention, and then the stuff that we can't mention that you were just referring to, the changes that are coming as well, 6 months from now, this is going to be a pretty significantly different game. I mean, the core will still be there, but there's going to be so many changes to the fundamentals. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Someone made a post. It was year in review of 2016. And when you took a moment to look at the entire year of things that have changed, added, adjusted, this or that, you definitely get a better perspective. I know some people, I have had someone in chat recently, it's just nothing but negative and to change, blah, blah, blah. And it's take a step back, look at it. And there is a lot of things. Not all of it's perfect, obviously. But it is a lot of adjustments and change, but
yeah, it'll be cool. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about people coming back, trying it, seeing, checking out the new changes. That always happens when there's big changes and patches and so forth. So
I think the skill tree is going to bring back people. Not having to have 3 variants is great for newer players. It's great for existing players. And by the way, you will receive all of your C bills for all of your modules and XP.
Yeah, like I said,
you'll
for
get it all.
Moments, everybody's going to be billionaires and
all of it. That's not a lie. You're going to get it back. Just makes. There's been a few people I know they said they were going to do this, but I mean, are they really going to do it? Yes, they are. It's going to happen. So.
Yep. So that is moving forward into 2017. And real quick, we got an announcement a week from tomorrow. So Friday, January 27th. We got the next faction play roundtable. We had one before, well, late last year. What was, I think in November, and that basically brought around brought about the changes to the queue buckets and so forth, and
And it's
consolidating.
specifically faction play orientated,
This
right? As far
is
as like,
100% faction play
yeah.
specific. The community, certain community representatives will be coming forward and participating in the roundtable. This is going to be Friday, January 27th at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and 2 a.m. UTC, right here on NG TV. And like I said, this will be continued discussion and community input for ongoing development of faction play. So I'm looking forward to that. I've been already talking to quite a few people in the community. And there's a lot of positive, energy going into this, and what's the word I'm looking for? We did this podcast late, so now my brain's not working.
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. Thank you. A lot of positive enthusiasm going into this, feeling like we can make change and we can make it, just keep improving faction play until it's where it needs to be, or a lot closer. So I'm looking forward to it. The people I have talked to have some really good ideas that are either their own or, being filtered from the community.
We have a question in chat. I'm going to read it so someone who's listening can hear. Are the improved UAV and artillery strike modules going to be part of the new skill tree to where we need to sacrifice something to unlock them? I don't know. As far as like consumables, I think you're still going to have consumable slots potentially. I don't know if those are tied into where you have to unlock them to be able to then use them. I don't know if consumables themselves are behind that. I do know that in the skill tree particular, to enhance those attributes, those will be on there. But to use them, I don't know if, like for instance, the UAV may be X of, radius or time up in the air, or airstrike may be X damage. I'm not sure. But I know that you'll be able to enhance them via the skill tree. So those are consumables at least. So there's that. So for the faction play event or faction play discussion, the roundtable that we're going to have next Friday, again, that's mainly where me and Darren aren't really, we're not doing our podcast hosting. It's really there. And Derek's going to be there. Is that correct? Derek and Russ?
It's going to be Russ and Derek at least, maybe another dev.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just facilitating the discussion between Russ and the community, essentially, to just
And do we have names of those people who are going to be involved, or is it going to be posted later?
Yeah, it'll be posted later when we make the official post, probably Monday.
Yeah. So yeah, the roadmap was pretty exciting. Obviously, knowing a lot of the work going behind the scenes. Like I said, the skill tree itself, I know, has been a big undertaking, and because of some of the other stuff that may be coming, either with it and or after it as well. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, the balance aspect, it's been really focused on. Yeah, so there's that. See this video, what TJ teased a while back, consumable post. Yeah. Yes, Razor. If you'll be able to invest XP and unlock nodes to improve those, but yes.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for today's podcast. Phil, why don't you start taking us out?
I just want to say, first off, thank you guys for being amazing. We've had some great streams recently. I had a fantastic time last night. I was doing 12-mans for like 3 hours, 3.5, 4 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw you had a big group in there.
It was all my unit mates. We had one.
Awesome.
We had Zoof. I know, but He's like, what?
He's a decoy, man.
Yeah.
He's...
No. And basically, I've been doing group drops a lot this past week. That's something that actually we didn't discuss at all. Group tonnage changes happened last Friday. I like them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. The thread that was posted and I saw had a lot of back and forth. I think for the most part, people that saw it and understood why. And there was also a lot of perceived changes that weren't really there. Like for instance, a lot of people saw changes to groups of like 10, 8, and 9, But the reality, it was just a few tons, whereas the ones that really got hit were the 4, 5, 6, and 7 mans that had just a ridiculous amount of tonnage. I have enjoyed it. There's less assaults on the battlefield. You see lights and mediums a lot more. It's fantastic. And I think that's what the game needs. It had, I mean, there was so much tonnage. A 4-man was able to roll like pretty much your best mechs in the game, assaults and heavies, and 5, 6, 7 mans, and you're able to take, you know, almost all 75 tonner. It was just way too much. So I'm glad that change went in. It's been, from my gameplay experience, has been fantastic. But I also think that something has to be said about this, which is there's a lot of a divide in the community to say, is this the right approach? When all you have is just tonnage to balance, it's very difficult, right? Because your player behavior is you can take a 2 to a 12-man group and you only have this amount of tonnage. Well, obviously you're going to have some loopholes where like 2 mans have 200 tons. You can do some, you know, but what is it really? Well, you have 200 tons, 2 people, but you don't necessarily control the whole outcome of the match right off the bat, whereas like a 5, 6 man has more control. But then what else? Should we bring back smaller groups? Should we do tonnage restrictions or weight class restrictions? Should there be more incentive from the reward standpoint on taking mechs that aren't necessarily at the top of their weight class? I feel like those discussions need to happen, but I feel like the tough thing with all this being said is there's going to be parts of the community that don't like any of the change. I do like dropping with 12 people. I do like dropping with 10 or 8. But most of the time, I like dropping with 4 people because I feel like I'm not just like rickrolling and steamrolling all the time. And it has to be said is as you get bigger in the group, you have more influence on the outcome of the match. We were rolling mostly in medium lights, and we had like 1 or 2 heavies last night. And the amount of coordination that me, as just a drop caller, with my unit, who we've never had a practice, we've never had that many people together, that we're able to win pretty much. We lost twice last night. That's it. And for me to be able to do that at my skill level with the skill level of the guys that I was with, says a lot about the ability to control the outcome of the matches with very to little organizational factors. So I just feel like that's a big balance question to be had, and I feel like it's a tough position because once you give the ability to do something, it's very, very difficult from a developer standpoint to then rein that in or pull it back or remove it completely. And I understand that some people enjoy running bigger groups, but I also like to say you taking bigger groups can also detract from the experience, and it has the reverse effect on other people in running those groups as well. So aren't those groups just as valid? And I think stats can be used. If your average group size is 4 mans out there, 4 to 5, maybe 3 to 4, I don't know. But I also feel like even if it goes down to a 4-man, there would have to be concessions made and stuff like that. But again, I may be the minority. I just feel like...
But from your perspective, it's been a good change.
It has. It definitely has. You don't have fucking Kodiaks everywhere and Marauder 2C. Now, they're still prevalent, and so the idea is if you're not rolling a huge group, you have more tonnage to play with to sort of help you, right, against those larger groups, or at least that's the idea. But there's only so much you can do with just tonnage. So that's my rant. There
Yeah,
it is.
I think ultimately I would like to see other things playing more of a factor in balance than tonnage. But in the meantime, that's what it is.
Yep.
Or that's one of the main factors. Anyway, yeah, that is going to be it. Malgus, well, first of all, Zoof, did you pay him to say that? Second of all, something, it's actually been brought to me quite a few times, and it's something.
What's the question?
Just other people streaming on NGNG TV, so that it's live more or whatever. I don't know. Phil and I need to discuss it more.
Well, to be blunt, no, it's not going to happen. Me and Darren made that decision a while back. But what we have done is we've specifically made it all like anytime we're not streaming or I get done streaming, we're hosting someone. We're sending them our love. We're helping push. We're social media. We're doing everything. Darren's behind the scenes. By the way, dude, like, is there someone you haven't, like, you know, given time codes to? I mean, you're like freaking Santa Claus out there. Like, anybody that streams this guy over here has probably talked to him, even if they're just like Joe Schmo. And that's what we're trying to do, is be more of a conduit, if you will, more of a promoter. But as far as people actually being on NGNG TV, that is not going to happen. And I don't see it happening and or changing in the foreseeable future. Because ultimately, if you want to stream on your damn channel, and so let us promote the shit out of your channel. We don't need your help here on this channel, and it just complicates things too. So yeah.
Well, we had reasons why we changed our format and reduced it to just Phil and I, and those reasons still exist. But anyway, we understand the question and the inquiry, but that's where we are right now. Anyway, go for it. Take us up.
Just want to say a quick shout out to all of our new viewers. And if you are new, you're watching this, make sure to click that follow button. We stream here every single day. I'd like to say a quick shout out to our new subs and our resubs. Guys, I will say this, it means the world to us. Thank you so much for the support. It really does have an impact, whether you're subbing to the channel, whether you're just chilling, maybe you're a lurker to the channel. We love lurkers here. If you donate, if you use cheers, if you just chat, it goes so far, and it really does help support us here. And just sort of keep that in mind. If you enjoy what we do here, maybe consider something like that. We also have a Patreon account. All the information is down below. If you do have Amazon Prime, by the way, you can link your Twitch account and you get Twitch Prime. You get no ads on Twitch, and you can sub to a channel of your choosing every 30 days. The only drawback to that entire thing I just said, you have to manually do that every 30 days. But the cool thing is, if you show up after a month, or let's just say 30, 40 days, and you forgot to do it here on NGNG TV, all you gotta do is click that sub button, and it'll say, use your free Twitch Prime sub. Boom, and you're back, and it automatically keeps, and it'll be like, 2-month sub, 3-month sub. Oh, and we got new badges too. There's also that. So, but I just want to say thank you again. It really does mean the world. It does help us here. And yeah, thank you guys for being so supportive of us. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Appreciate it. And yeah, Havenless, I have watched his stream, and then I think a buddy of Havenless, some girl, a new streamer today.
There was some dude rocking like a helmet. Like,
that was Havenless.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But or no, I'm not Havenless. I'm
Haven.
sorry, I'm reading Havenless. It's Haven Kendrick.
Okay.
Haven Kendrick, and he's got a total commander voice. You know, even more than
even deeper.
Yeah, well, not deeper necessarily, but he's got a good commander voice.
Gotcha.
Anyway, I guess he does some VO work or something like that, or wants to. But anyway, Haven's awesome, Haven Kendrick, and he brought a friend of his into MWO today, a new streamer. She's got a few thousand followers, and she was pretty cool, enjoying MWO. So yeah, we love and appreciate everybody out there in the community, from the streamers that actually stream to the, like Phil said, even the lurkers, all of you participating. Everybody. The lurkers, they add to that little red number, you know, and how many people are watching. Yep. And that matters. So we do appreciate all of you, including some, Havenless.
By the way, we are up to 187 subs.
Nice.
And just for people that don't know, when we get to 250 subs, we get access to new emoticons. So we will be reviewing our current emoticons, and then we will be doing 2 more new emoticons. Just to let you guys know, that is our sub goal for right now. We don't set it, it's Twitch. There's nothing we can do. So
yep. And speaking of appreciation, we appreciate our sponsor. We're proudly sponsored. NGNG is currently and now proudly sponsored by Nick's Jerky. NicksJerky.com. Niks Jerky JERKY.com.
We made that easy, didn't we?
Yes, we did. From the last time till now, we made it happen because the previous URL was too much. But anyway, NicksJerky.com. I'm currently waiting for our new order.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to trying barbecue bourbon, brown sugar, and a few others. But awesome jerky. And if you go to NicksJerky.com, enter the code NGNG, you get 5% off.
And keep in mind, if you ordered last week, he got 18 inches of snow and his wife was in an accident, but she's okay. So there was a slight delay
They
on
are
getting
a
him out.
small mom and pop. This
So
is
just
not a big corporation or a
think
company.
about
This
that.
is a small mom and pop up in Oregon, which is to me the reason why it tastes
But
so
if you
good.
love beef jerky, it is actually fucking
It's
delicious.
so
I've been like
freaking
checking my
good.
like mail every single day.
I know, dude.
It's like,
I haven't been looking forward to something coming in the mail this long.
my
in a
wife's
while.
like, "What the hell do you keep?" I'm like, "Well, I don't
My
know.
wife
Maybe."
loves it. My son came back for a little bit and he ate like a whole bag of
Yep.
it. This stuff is good. But anyway, nixjerky.com. We appreciate them, and you're supporting them. We appreciate that as well. Also, be sure to check us out on our website at NoGutsNoGalaxy.net, on Twitch at NGNGTV, on YouTube at NoGutsNoGalaxy TV, on Twitter at NoGutsNoGalaxy, Facebook, NoGutsNoGalaxy Podcast, SoundCloud at NoGutsNoGalaxy, and for all the latest and greatest in mech porn t-shirts, which there should be some new ones potentially soon. We're still talking about merch and where that's going to go. Currently, check out NoGutsNoGalaxyStore.com.
All right, nice. Someone just said they just ordered some earlier. Guys,
Awesome.
It's been a great week. Obviously, we got tomorrow. I'll be streaming. I just want to say thank you again. One thing that continually just sort of, I don't know why it catches me off guard or why you just never get used to, is the overall positivity you guys bring to my day on a personal level.
Best community out there.
And it really does make streaming so fun and so enjoyable. Obviously, I'm gonna have my off days. Maybe I'm even gonna have a bad stream where I just get wrecked. But whether you're making fun of me doing it or I'm making fun of myself, I just want to say thank you again, guys. Yeah, it's been fantastic. So yes, Knifeline says it's like 15 for a pound. Yes. But also keep in mind that if you order over...
No. He's oh, you're saying the shipping? Because he's saying that that's a steal. And I agree. I don't know what it's like in North Carolina or in other parts of the... Oh, that's the other thing, is that Nick's Jerky, I believe, is only...
Well, it's $12 to ship. But if you get 2 pounds...
US?
Yes. And if you get 3 pounds, guess what? It's still $12. Because priority shipping. Anything over a pound requires priority shipping. So... if you do order, I'd say order 2-3 pounds.
But he's right. It is a steal. Beef jerky here in California is expensive as well, and it's expensive for shit jerky. This is good quality, and this is coming from a butcher. I used to be a butcher for 7 years. I know meat. I know my meat.
I didn't say anything.
But
anyway,
I've had, I'm a huge fan of beef jerky. Had it a ton of times. This is good.
It is quality stuff.
Quality jerky at a good price.
All right,
But
enough
anyway,
of that shenanigans. Again,
stop jerking my jerky.
just want to say thank you again, guys. You guys have been fantastic. Freaking like seaweed jerky. Here's some wheat germ jerky. Guys, thank you so much for being amazing. And again,
That's right. You drank a beer, didn't you?
No, like not
Didn't
even
you?
halfway through a beer. You know me.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you are a streamer, by the way, out there, feel free to ping me and to ask questions if you need support, whether it's you need help with OBS or anything. I had someone ask me earlier on my stream about it, and just strategies we use here. Whether it's social media, whether it's planning and prep and stuff like that, I'll do my best to get you those answers on one-on-one, stuff like that. But guys, this has been your local No Guts, No Galaxy MechWarrior podcast. Signing off for tonight. This is Phil.
And this is Darren.
Until next time, Mech Warriors. Totally.
I was typing while you were doing it.
Totally just like, I
was typing while you did it. I was like
man.
thinking in my head, do the
That
timing.
was fail.
That was bad.
That was
Yeah.
super. It's all right. It'll be all right.
Next time.
Next time, Mech Warriors, right here.
Peace.